Xander was good, Pippin. Yes, sir. Joseph John was good. 11-13 was good. Yep. Per usual. Despite the ash that they're saying causes such a health risk. Well, I figure it's like this. If you go outside, you're gonna breathe the ash in. It's better to do cardio so that you expel it from your lungs faster. You know what I'm saying? Johnny Taylor, what's up? Peace. So, you guys can see behind me, this is the ash floating in the air. Just sitting there. It's not coming down. You know what I'm saying? I remember years ago, we had really bad fires in California, and the ash was coming down, and you couldn't leave your car for 5 minutes without it being covered in ash, right? If you parked it. But now, I wake up in the morning, there's like 1 or 2 specks of ash on my car. The ash is just sitting here, okay? It's just sitting in the air. And not wanting to come down. Very interesting, right? First time this has ever happened that I've seen it, where the ash just sits there in the sky. Look. That's all ash. Down there, ash, just sitting there, right? Sitting there, just floating around. And you know, you would think, oh, the thermals got it sitting in the air. But it's only 60-something degrees right now, right? Like I said, other times we've had ash. Ash is nothing new. But the ash comes down pretty quickly. It's heavier than air. But for some reason, it's sitting in the sky right now, right? What's in this ash? Stacy, what's up? What does it consist of? Well, I know there's sulfur, right? Sulfur is in the ash. Climate change, Joseph John? Yeah. Climate change or climate engineering, whichever one you want to go with, it's synonymous to me. So, sulfur can be irradiated, right? And made to float in the air for great periods of time. So let's say the ash was being irradiated. It'll sit in the air. We're polluting the air. Yeah, maybe. We might contribute to some pollution, right? But when you manipulate the climate and you spray things in the air from planes that are designed to create a desired effect in the weather. Joseph John, how do we do that? Do we demand that they stop all weather modification operations? Because we know that they're doing that. They told us. So even if we do our part, right? We can do our part. But if they continue with the climate engineering, if they continue with, the wars, right? because wars can cause that. If they continue, if we continue, if we allow them to continue fueling the military-industrial complex, this will not stop. We may contribute, but not nearly as much as they would have us believe. So they want us to blame ourselves completely and take the attention off of what they're doing to the climate. You know? Why are the fires so devastating? Devastating. Fracking contributes, yeah? So, why are these fires so crazy and out of control? Because there's been wildfires since forests have existed. Since the existence of trees, there have been fires. It's part of the natural process. I agree. But how do we protest against climate engineering? Well, we have to, the people that are participating in it, they are given gag orders by NOAA, right? By NOAA and all these different organizations that deal with the climate. If we can't get the people that work in these areas to step up and whistleblow, then they're just going to deny, right? There have been whistleblowers to come out and speak on climate engineering and what's being done, but they're made to look like crockpots and they stand alone. So if they stand alone and the other workers, the other, the pilots that are in the planes, the people that operate the satellites, the radar dishes, the people that work in these fields, we have to get them to step up. We got to help them understand that what they're doing is causing greater harm than what we down here, we regular people driving our cars and all that are doing. Because I know car companies like Toyota are doing their part, right? That's why I've had Toyota for a number of years and never had to get a smog check. You know why? Because they have technology in the vehicles that scrub as much. They have scrubbers in the exhaust system that scrub as much CO2 as possible and traps it. So you don't get that much CO2 emissions. Then you got hybrids all over the place. I would say that for the most part, we are doing our part. Even Chevy, even Ford, with the flex fuel, right? And other things, steps are being taken. But if they continue to manipulate the weather, right? Then how do we really make that change? Ever since Toyota got in NASCAR, only buy side on Toyota. Yes. You didn't sweep your forest like Sweden. What do you mean? Sweep the forest. Hold on, guys. Hold on. You said, ever since, yeah, you didn't sweep. Oh, the fires? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. Or Finland, whichever. Their Trump quote about California fires. What did he say? Excuse me. What did Trump say about the California fires? You know what's funny? Trump's only been in office for 3-some years, and they're blaming climate control on him. This is that nonsense. It's a red herring. The biggest problem, the greatest threat to our climate is geoengineering. Point blank, period. You manipulate the planet's climate, this is what happens. You understand? When you spray these things, right? There was a period of 3 months when after there were no trails in the sky, and it was blue as ever. It was blue as ever. So they had stopped for a period of time, and at least in Southern California, these operations. And I never, like, the air was never fresher. You know what I'm saying? But that was after the rainy season. So even though they stopped the spraying, they stopped it after the rainy season. So we didn't get the rain. You know what I'm saying? We didn't get as much rain. Well, we got quite a bit of rain, actually. But what's going on is, after months of a dry period, and the spraying, right? Spraying for years and years and years, these trees, right? The stuff lands on the trees, right? And it coats the trees. And this shit is highly flammable. It makes the trees highly flammable. It makes the soil flammable. And what ends up happening is when you have the fires, which are natural, right? Well, no, actually, they're not, because they caught people in the act, or they caught people who have started the fires. A couple of fires have been started by people. But for the most part, these fires are naturally started by storms and wind and other factors. You coat these trees in the soil with these chemicals, going to rage out of control. You know what I'm saying? And with this shit being in the soil, what you're doing is you're restricting the nutrient uptake of these trees. And the trees are dying, right? Because they don't have, the microbiome in the soil is being eradicated by these chemicals. You understand? Yeah. The microbiome is being eradicated by the chemicals landing in the soil, which restricts nutrient uptake by the trees, which dries them out, and they have the chemicals coated on them. So this is going to make the fires rage out of control. You understand? If you think that the spread of these fires are due to our cars emitting CO2, then you're sadly mistaken. Because guess what? We breathe out CO2. Human beings breathe out CO2. Guess what's plant food? What do plants need to thrive? CO2. What they don't need is aluminum, barium, all these nanoparticles, polymers and all that are being sprayed. They don't need that. As a matter of fact, that's a detriment to the plant's health. What they need is sunlight, water, and CO2. Oh, well, that's why I'm here. No, it's all good. That's why I'm here. I'm a master student, that's all. So the trees give us oxygen, right? But in order to get that oxygen, they need to go through not the Krebs cycle, I think. Yeah, the Krebs cycle. Wait, is it the Krebs cycle or the Calvin cycle? One of the two. I think one is for humans and one is for animals, one is for plants. I took this, I learned this in biology class. You go through a Krebs cycle where the carbon from the CO2 is converted into energy for the plants to grow, and they respire the oxygen, which we breathe in. So if they don't get CO2, we don't get oxygen. So this idea that CO2, the emissions of CO2 is causing fires, or making the fires get worse, that's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense. They stopped spraying in the skies after the imposed worldwide beer bug lockdown. In some places, I was hearing about them spraying still in other parts of the country. Hi, everyone. Now, you didn't miss much. I barely started. Let's see. They stopped after the imposed world. Yep, brilliant blue skies, no one outside. That's what I was saying. As a matter of fact, you go look at past videos of mine, I'm highlighting and chronicling the fact that the sky has never been bluer. The months of March, April, May, June, oh man, the sky has been blue. It felt great. And you see no trails in the sky. You see no plane-made trails, but flights are still taking off. Not as much because of the shutdown, but nonetheless. Let's see. Started spraying after lifting the restrictions. Their fire skies. Yeah. So I don't know what the rule is about talking about this type of stuff, but I never seen it for YouTube. So YouTube, I'm going by information that I can put in that I can link to sources. This is not something that is made up. If you guys want a wealth of information on this type of stuff, go to the FullertonInformer.com. FullertonInformer.com. And then you know check out geoengineeringwatch.org. Dane Wigington heads that up. You know, Dane Wigington, y'all check him out. He has a lot of information, a lot of evidence, and a lot of sources in regards to geoengineering. He's had conversations with whistleblowers and all kind of shit. So this shit is real. And, you know, Dane Wigington, he started his journey because he owns a lot of land. He owns a wildlife preserve, okay? And he was trying to replant trees, pretty much trying to revitalize the land that he lived on. But he noticed that shit wasn't working. And he noticed all these trails in the sky. I think it's about 12 years ago that he noticed. He noticed all this shit going on in the sky. So he took samples of the rainwater, right? Because this is the thing he was saying. He said that he will get the same amount of rain, but it would be more condensed. It would be in a shorter period of time, and the dry season would be longer, which the trees cannot handle that. So they started dying. And so he took samples of the rainwater and found aluminum, right? Aluminum particles, barium, and other things in a lab, okay? Now, this thing we have to understand about aluminum. Aluminum does not occur naturally on its own, you know, outside of the earth. Like, it doesn't fall from the sky on its own without some type of event. Now, you'll find it if there's a volcanic eruption or something like that. But for aluminum does not exist naturally on its own in such small particulates. So he got to investigating and discovered a lot of shit. So Dane Wigington, Joe and Brianna of the Fullerton Informer, they have gathered a lot of information. They don't like each other though, for whatever reason. You know, there was some drama between Joe and Brianna and Dane Wigington, but you know, at the end of the day, you got to take the information. Good information is good information, no matter who it comes from. The truth is the truth, no matter who it comes from. So you take what's real, and you leave the messenger if you have to. Oh, thanks for checking in. So, as far as this ash goes, well, This is unnatural. For the ash to just sit up here in the sky like this. Do you see it falling in before me? Do you see any ash falling at all? Look. All right. There's no ash. Where's the ash at? Falling down. Why? How's it sitting in the sky like this? That is fucking ridiculous. And guess what? The slower it falls, the more we breathe in. Look, I kind of been struggling with my wife about leaving California. And she don't necessarily want to leave, right? And yesterday I told her, because of this bullshit, I said, we the fuck out of here. We're leaving. She knew I was serious. She said, okay. We're leaving California because it's fucking ridiculous. No way I want to sit up here every summer and fall, breathing this shit in. On top of dealing with whatever they're doing to us in regards to the Cat-19 and this. And you hearing reports from doctors saying, the fires in California are going to make the Cat-19 cases spike. Who wants to deal with that? Who wants to? Every corner, every turn, they're putting fear in you. They're putting fear in the people. So when the lockdowns happen again in October, November, it'll be easier to keep people under control. I'm leaving Cali, y'all. If you live in Cali, I suggest you find a way out, because there are a lot cheaper places where you can get land. You land a house and still keep your shirt for what you would get for a 1-bedroom apartment out here. A 1-bedroom apartment out here will get you something with land and a nice big house somewhere else. I appreciate y'all too. By hearing and by hearing by. By hearing and hearing by. I appreciate y'all too. I'd say in the next week or so, I'm gonna get my whole computer set up, going, and I'll be able to do more work from my computer to bring more quality information instead of just ranting. We refer to it as the war against the oxygen, the alcohols, the mask, five, FIVE, GEE, the chem spraying. We understand. Yeah, and that's what I love. Y'all do need to leave, Xander says. Yes, we do. There's nothing here for me anymore. Now, I got some work to do before I leave. Some commitments that I made. But what I have planned, I can take that show on the road. I can take that show on the road and make it happen anywhere. I can take my skills anywhere and make a living. And the 60 gig microwave frequency. Now microwave, millimeter wave. But did you hear they're now saying they won't be using 60 gigahertz. So we can trust them, right? Oh, we're not going to use 60 gigahertz. You know why they're saying that? because they know people are becoming aware of what 60 gigahertz of a millimeter wave frequency can do to the human body. Not even to the human body, but to the oxygen that the human body needs to function, for our organs to function. You understand? And ironically, the symptoms you'll get from millimeter wave poisoning is similar to Tacate-19 symptoms, respiratorily or whatever. So they're going to tell you, oh, we're not going to use 60 gigahertz because they know people are making a connection or a correlation, whether it be right or wrong, between FIVE, GEE, and Tacate-19. Where am I thinking of going? South Carolina, maybe. I got family out there, and it doesn't get too hot in the winter, summer. Well, it does, actually. It's been over 100s over there. But some parts, especially if you are coastal, it's similar to Cali weather, which is what appeals to my wife. My wife has certain criteria, but the more things are happening, the more of those criteria are loosening up. So she's not as adamant about certain things. Hell, we even thought about Africa, because we got several friends talking about moving to Africa, right? Because they want to get away from the oppressive regime of the United States. And I'm like, oh, so you want Chinese oppression? That's what you want? You want Chinese oppression? I see. You know, and then they were talking about Ghana, and then come to find out, thanks to Derek Williams. Actually, I had saw the story before, didn't pay much attention to it. Derek Williams brought my attention back to it, but they just made a Chinese man a chief in Ghana. The Chinese is buying up all the resources in Africa. They're taking all the gold, the diamonds, not really so much diamonds, because they understand you can make diamonds in a lab, right? You can make diamonds in a lab that are purer than what you get out of the ground, which diminishes the value. The only reason diamonds are so valuable now is because De Beers control 75% of the market. They have essentially a monopoly on the diamond industry. And so they can make it as valuable as women want it to be, or women believe it is. So China I'm not looking forward to going to Africa and dealing with China. Nope. Or any other number of colonialists. Like, what do you think you're running from? That's why I said, I really thought about it. I was like, they almost had me convinced. They almost had me convinced a few weeks ago. But I'm like, I'm not running from my country. This is my country. Africa is the motherland, but this is my country, right? Essentially, depending on what you believe, Africa is everybody's motherland. It's the motherland of the humanity. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. I basically am resigned to the idea of toughing it out here and fighting for my freedom, right? Right here. So for those of you who would say, if you don't like it, I say no. Suck a fat one. I'm staying right here in this country. And I'm gonna fight to make changes to make this country better. The land is beautiful. Even if evil men try to destroy it, it shall return. Yep. Listen, the land will return to its former glory, whether we exist here or not. The earth will destroy us before we destroy the earth. Point blank, period. So, in terms of climate change, it'll bounce back. We might just not be here for when that happens. So, as far as leaving this country, nah, fuck that. I'm staying right here. So, y'all gonna have to deal with me complaining about the injustices of this country while I live in it. And that's the weakest argument. The weakest argument to oppose why this country isn't great is to say to leave. You have no argument. That's how you know. That's the correct. That's the go-to. It's such a predictable response from the people on the right. The people on the right are predictable, y'all. Y'all are predictable. The people on the left, a little less predictable. You never know what to get from them. But you on the right, oh yeah, I know all your talking points. Even those of you who think you're so smart and think you have something profound to say, you're just saying it in a different way. You know, it's just like yesterday when was that yesterday? When I was talking about Cardi B and Candace Owens? No, that wasn't yesterday. That was the day before yesterday.
Why you bring it down if you don't want to carry it?
I was talking about Candace Owens and Cardi B and how Candace Owens lost that battle. Not because Cardi B destroyed her, but because Candace Owens destroyed herself. You got booted off that stream? What stream? George Carlin said the world would shake us off like a bad case of the fleas. Yeah, exactly. But you got kicked off a stream. Which one? So, oh, okay. Gotta get a drink of water now. So, yeah, sometimes go black because I do little crazy shit during my live streams. Like, I'll answer my wife's phone call, or I'll open another window on my phone. Or sometimes it's just the connection. Sometimes I get flagged. What goes to those, Xander? Xander said, I've decided I'm leaving this country before 2025. I want to live in another country. I believe my goals can be accomplished over there more easily than over here. What country is that, Xander?
And I'm not dumping it up right.
Your daddy knew too much. You were over there Target a few days ago and you just got booted off. It was like a perma buffer. Oh yeah. Yeah, that happens sometimes. I could have been getting flagged. Sometimes you get flagged and you don't get a strike. Well, I'll tell you what, Xander. You can't. It doesn't matter where you go. The central bank will always be at your heels. They have a foothold nearly everywhere. And the place they don't have a foothold is fucking crazy. It's haywire. Look at Libya. There's actual slavery going on in Libya right now. The bitch ass Arabs over there had decided to take up the trade again and have thousands of Nigerian slaves at their disposal. Venezuela's a hot ass mess. Cuba is in the process of bowing down. I'm not trying to convince you not to go. If you're going because you feel like there are better opportunities, that's great. More power to you. But if you think you're going to escape tyranny and oppression by leaving the United States, it ain't gonna happen. Not like that. No. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna have to stand and fight at one front or another. I honestly don't know that 20 plus years Air Force communications, that's what's up. I honestly don't know where anyone would go. So you can run, but you can't hide. I will most likely stay in the Midwest, and if anything, I will move further north. Yeah, you just got to be strategic about it, you know. So, with the engineering, the geoengineering in mind, where's the most activity? Where do you want to stay away from? Western Colorado is a pretty good spot, but I would go up into the mountains more if it got really bad. Yeah, something you might have to do. Might be a good idea to buy a little parcel, if you can, if the states or the federal government is willing to sell, and just building a little cabin. Bug out cabin that doesn't require electricity. Get your irrigation on, you know. Farming might be kind of difficult on the mountains, but you know, hunting and gathering is always an option. Or long-term food storage. Find somewhere to put your long-term food storage where somewhere you can stay for a while. These are things you can do. I tell you what, I don't want to go to Africa and then China gets to pushing more and more than they're pushing now. Right now they're giving gentle nudges. You know, they're calling it investing. They're investing in Africa. Well, who do you believe is going to get the greatest return on that investment in Africa? The Africans? Or the Chinese man they just named chief of a tribe in Africa? Y'all tell me. Okay, let me see. There are certain things I will be able to do over there. A specific country, African country that I have not found yet, more easily than here. It's better if I don't say, oh yeah, you know, yeah. You don't gotta speak on it. I get what you're saying. I've seen stories.
What's weight you got on, man?
50 pounds.
There you go. Yeah.
I've seen stories. I've heard stories. I know people who have successfully expatriated to Africa and don't ever want to come back. You know? But it's not in my bones to want to do that. It's not in my bones. Because guess what? I have indigenous ancestors right here in the United States. I have a connection to them so much as with Africa. So, I don't know. I would probably invest in some opportunities in Africa and have it set up to where if I really had to, I can go out there and be all right. But that's not my first choice. I know fellow warriors and soldiers right here that are willing to get it in. You see, I also thought about Costa Rica, right? Costa Rica, beautiful country. Cost of living is okay. It's not the cheapest, but it's beautiful. The problem with Costa Rica, they have no army. They have no army. And I don't have the right, well, I do have the right to keep and bear arms anywhere, but they don't recognize that right in Costa Rica. So if you don't have an army and you don't recognize or respect my right to keep and bear arms, I have no use for you. You know, so my boy wanted me to go to Hawaii, link up with him and get some shit cracking. Okay, cool. But in Hawaii, they hate the Second Amendment, the legislators. They do everything in their power to limit our rights to keep and bear arms. So that has to weigh heavily on my decision. Not that I'm a compliant person. I just, you know what I'm saying. BLM land is pretty desolate. So there are quite a few areas where it's forested and has water and some food, but not a lot of diversity like a rainforest area. BLM land, what's BLM land? I'm not familiar with that. What's BLM land? My brother, hold on. Woo! Halfway done, y'all. Halfway done. Oh, Bureau of Land Management, got it. Will they allow you to, let's say, get you don't even quarter acre of land to build a cabin up there just for recreation? Like if you bring it into them like that, you might have to pay some taxes, but it might be worth it. And it doesn't matter exactly. It doesn't matter what they allow. But if you just go and build a cabin on Bureau of Land Management land, they're gonna come asking you what the hell you doing, why you doing it. They're gonna be all up in your business. So you might have to play the game. Of course it's stolen land. Are you kidding me? Land is not rightfully owned by anyone, period. Now, you can stake a claim for your homestead because two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time, right? Okay, I'll build my hut here. I'll build my cabin here. You can't just come knock it down and build your own. There's plenty of land for you to move over. Go that way. Yes, I understand that land belongs to no one legitimately. But if you build your home on a plot of land and say, this is my home right here, you have a right to that because you put in the work and the energy to build that. So, oh my goodness. That sees most of it, so you would have to lie low, keep it on the radar, for sure. Something to think about, right? Something to think about. Something definitely to think about. Something to think about. Be discreet. I'm kind of getting older, so I wouldn't mind spending the rest of my life in peace. I'm kind of old for a shooting war. Well, you know, Kevin Dugan, what's up, pimpin'? Using my old moniker, Snap Turtle. That's what's up. Yeah, we're all getting older for sure. Well, that's why you need soldiers around you, because with age comes wisdom, and you want to keep the old codgers alive so they can spread wisdom to the youth. So you should have someone or people in your corner that are willing to protect you if shit go down. Oh, that's what's up, Kevin. Kevin Dugan bought my book, The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It's on Amazon right now. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It is basically a intra-apocalyptic book. Intra-apocalyptic. Not post-apocalyptic, not pre-apocalyptic. Intra happening. The story takes place during the occurrence of a, what do you know, a pandemic. Pandemic. It's called The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease, Rodney Morrison. It's on Amazon. If one of my mods would be so kind to post the link, The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. It's on Amazon right now. It's almost 300 pages. I put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears into it. I went through a hell of a process. I completed it in 2015. No, when did I start it? I started it in 2014, I believe, or 2013. I finished it. Uh, I actually released it in 2017, like the day my daughter was born. The day my daughter was born, I released it on Amazon in 2017. It's all good. I'll put a link in the description for it after this thing uploads. But it's called The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. Author M.E. Magnum. That's my pen name. I have to go. I took my neighbor to emergency room this morning, so I'm going to pick her up from the hospital. So you have a good day, Snap. Oh, that's what's up. Faith is me speaks. Hope your neighbor is okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a good thing they're coming home. It's a good thing they're being released. So many people are not being released from the hospital these days for whatever reason.
You need a 10 recuperation or no? Yeah, no, I need. Hey, all them fucking chicken wings.
So many people not coming home from the hospital these days. So bless that person for being able to do so. So, just so y'all know, in South Africa, they're having issues with police brutality as well. So it's happening everywhere. She had some kind of lung infection and couldn't breathe. Was it Tecate 19? Are they telling her it's Tecate 19? What? They allowed it to not be Tecate 19? What? Well, that's something. That's crazy. Wow. That they took that opportunity and they didn't call it Tecate 19. Bravo. Who knows? They probably will say it is. They need it to be. They need it to be. Yeah, just be careful, man. I had to go to the hospital last Wednesday for endoscopy. Find out what the hell's going on with my heartburn situation. So everything looked normal. Everything looked normal in my esophagus and my stomach and my upper intestine. So Snap Turtle, have you taken a good look at CNP, Council for National Policy for our real impressors? Yeah, I've looked a little bit into that. I need to look into it more. I have a lot of homework to do, y'all. Especially once I get my new computer up and running. I'll have a lot of work to do, a lot of homework, and I got to do I got a lot of planning to do for my definition of fit business, my definition of fit program that I'm putting together. I got a lot of work to do on that. I got a lot of work to do, so I'm actually considering taking another month off work to make that happen. But we'll see. We'll see. You know. All right. So, another thing that's going on in the world today is, I don't know if you guys heard of him. His name is Granville Ritchie. I don't know if you guys heard of him, out of Florida. He basically, there was a young girl, 9 years old. He essentially raped and murdered this 9-year-old girl, and was caught back in 2014. That's when the trial started. The best teacher for me on the CNP is the radio guy, Josh Reeves, the Global Reality. I'll check him out. There's still so much information out there. No matter how much information you get, there's always more information. That's why I will never call myself a master teacher, right? You know, you got these people saying they're master teachers. I'm not a master teacher, I'm a master student, because I'm always learning. I'm always willing to learn. And as long as you're learning, you're a student. Once you say you're a teacher, then you're simply implying that you have nothing else to learn. No, I say I'm a master student who knows there's so much to learn that I can't possibly learn it all. Never. So I will look into him. Josh Reeves. Okay. So Granville Ritchie, this guy out of Florida who raped and murdered a 9-year-old girl, Felicia Williams. Okay. Apparently Felicia Williams' mother left her with a babysitter who had some clown, and she's a clown too. And she should be sentenced to death just as much as Granville Ritchie. But she went out to get some drugs, and during that time, Granville Ritchie raped and murdered that child. Now, this happened in 2014, or the trial started in 2014, and he's just now being sentenced in 2020. He got sentenced to death, right? Which is good. But let me ask you, you're gonna sentence this guy to death. Why are you waiting to follow through with the execution? You see what I'm saying? So he murders this 9-year-old. It's proven to be the murderer. Why in the fuck are we waiting 6 years to sentence somebody? And why are we gonna wait any longer? You know what? As soon as he was found guilty, they should have taken his ass outside, Put him in front of a firing squad. Point blank and period. That pedo, murderer, deserves not to breathe and take up taxpayer money being fed and housed. These type of people don't deserve that. What's really going on? Hey, Tina Hardman. What's going on is that Granville Ritchie has been sentenced to death. But it took too long to reach this point, and it'll take too long to see him dead. You know? And guess how much money we spend, well, they spend in Florida on death row inmates? $24 million, including the court process. $24 million to kill someone who deserves to die. $24 million. What? Hold on. Do you know what else? How much other good shit can be done with that money? $24 million. Oh my God. That's crazy. I wanted to learn some of what's going on from the black population, like ABL, and was really disappointed. I'm glad I found you there. That's what's up, man. Hey, yo, Kevin Dugan. Let me tell you about ABL. ABL has, hold on. Whew. I'm okay, people. Okay. I know you can see the man. Man. So ABL has a certain audience, okay? He operates what is known as an echo chamber. And that echo chamber gets him paid handsomely. He's not going to be objective. Even though he claims he is, he claims that he operates on logic and rationale and that he has an ice box where his heart used to be. But really, he's as biased as they come. Just for the simple, these people are so proud of Candace Owens tearing Cardi B to shreds. But they know, and they knew going in, Cardi B can't, she doesn't have what it takes to take up that type of argument, right? So they expose themselves. They're so happy that Candace Owens, I think ABL likened it to Candace Owens being Mike Tyson and, you know, Cardi B being a toddler, essentially, in terms of political knowledge. Well, what would happen if Mike Tyson beat up a toddler? Would we be proud of Mike Tyson? Would we think that he's such a hero? Hell no. Candace Owens going after Cardi B just exposes how petty and low these people are. And anybody who applauds them, who applauds Candace Owens for shredding Cardi B, is just as dumb and short-sighted as Candace Owens is. Now, this is all a game. You understand? Yet another distraction for the people in the left. But the snowflakery is evident on both sides. The snowflakery is evidence on both sides. Okay? You got the right complaining about all this shit going on in the NFL and the NBA. Oh, why do they have Jacob Blake on the helmet? Oh my God. Oh, it's so horrible. Oh, they're locking arms. Oh my God, my heart can't take it. I'm so triggered. Oh no, I'm gonna melt. Oh no. Oh, they have two anthems. Oh my God. Oh my God, my vagina's growing. Oh, I got sand in my clit. These people are fucking retarded. That's what's important to you? Jacob Blake? Why they got Jacob Blake helmet? Oh my God. The fuck? You talking about, I'm gonna call a name out. Brandon Tatum. I didn't even watch the video. I don't even need to watch the videos anymore. I know exactly what they're gonna say without having to hear it. I know that seems silly, but this fool is bitching about Jacob Blake being on the helmet in the NFL. And you call them on the left snowflakes? You bitching about a helmet, name on a helmet? What is that doing to you? Just like we were told, oh, why are you complaining about the coolest monkey in the jungle? Oh, why are you complaining about the Gucci blackface situation? And now you sit up here bitching about names on helmets, names on t-shirts, arms locking. You people on the right are just as ridiculous as the people on the left. And then you want to act like you are some type of logical Dalai Lama. No, you're not logical at all. You bought in to the left-right paradigm lie, and you're making damn good money exploiting and perpetuating it. That's all it is to it. Hold on. Woo! Today's a different day, y'all. Yeah, man. So these niggas complaining about shit people are wearing at NBA games and NFL games, and they calling people snowflakes. And then you try to make Candace Owens seem like she's some type of national treasure because she flamed Cardi B in the political realm. And then look at the ignorance of this, the stupidity of you saying, yo, why is Cardi B interviewing Joe Biden? I know I talked about this before, but why are you complaining about someone who may not be into politics that much interviewing a politician? That's exactly who you want to interview politicians. That's what you want more of. You don't necessarily want some right-wing, left-wing pundit who's constantly pushing their ideals, pushing their ideologies, perpetuating this, perpetuating that. You don't want them to be the only ones who have access to these people. Everybody needs access to these so-called representatives. And for you to sit up here and start this shit because Cardi B interviewed Joe Biden, even though she's not political, that just shows how stupid you are. That's why she lost. Not because Cardi B outwitted her. Cardi B did not need to outwit her. Cardi B didn't need to outwit her. Cardi B didn't need to even say a word. Candace Owens flamed herself. That's what people don't understand. And these people really think that Cardi B's followers are going to become Republicans because Candace Owens torched Cardi B. Oh, we're gonna get more people voting Republican. Really? After Candace Owens sat up there, condescended to Cardi B, talked all kind of shit, basically mocked everyone who doesn't understand politics as much as she does. Yeah, that just shows how, like, you have zero humble bone in your body. You think that, and then the ad hominem attacks using puppets to mock Cardi B. Now look. There's no problem with making fun of people, right? It could be all in fun. But don't think that you're going to gain. Yeah, push the like button, please. Thank you. Don't think that you're so you're so intelligent and smart. You used a puppet to mock Cardi B and said, "Oh, crr." Like, what? That's what you're standing on? That's how you prove that your side is better? Really? Really? If I wanted people to get on the right side of freedom, the only side of freedom, which has nothing to do with the left and the right, I'm not going to chastise them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to mock them. I am going to hit them with sound argument against I'm going to argue against their ideals strictly. I'm not going to talk down on them unless I know you are really just a clown and you know better. You're just not doing better because you have so much fame and money. That's how I look at people like Brandon Tatum and Candace Owens. I have no interest or desire to try to get them to think like me because there's no incentive in it for them at all. So I'm okay with coming at them like, you know, you guys really aren't that intelligent. You really don't use logic that much. You really are not as sharp as you think you are. If you think that going after Cardi B and outwitting her politically is going to gain you some type of point, like you're so damn good. No, try that shit with people like me. Try that shit with people who don't operate, who don't buy into the left-right paradigm lie, who stands on freedom and won't be yeah, I had to restart the whole goddamn YouTube. Don't you guys love it? There's a cell tower right on top of these here stairs in the back. Okay? No excuse. Let's see. Good morning, California Dreaming. All right. Candace Owens is known in the internet community as having a doxing entrapment website. Word. Okay. Candace Owens is known for being a crazy, disrespectful person that parents kicked out of the house. Candace Owens. Yeah, I'm back. I had to restart the whole goddamn life. I had to back out of YouTube completely. Yeah, I'm not impressed. Let me tell you what I hear when Candace Owens gets to arguing with people. A lot of fast talking, a lot of logical fallacies that no one really picks up on because she's talking so goddamn fast. You can't call her on them. Cognitive dissonance. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Man, I was gonna talk about. God damn it! Oh yeah. So Candace Owens didn't win shit. She lost. Cardi B was just there, like. And if people don't see it, that's on them. Like, you don't have to agree with me. That's just my opinion, really. But it's an opinion based on pretty simple logic, right? If someone isn't as well versed in you at something, let's say I just, like my brother, right? Now my brother is a great street fighter, right? My brother is a great street fighter. I was a decent street fighter, right? Until I got in the Army. Then I had to step my street fighting game up because I was getting drunk all the time. And me being a happy drunk, I never really started fights as a drunk person. I was always getting involved in other people's fights. People I were hanging out with that got into fights with multiple people, and I had to help them fight. So I was never really, I'm a happy drunk. So every time I was drunk and got into a fight, it was because somebody else started the fight. Anyway, so my brother is a great street fighter, but he don't know jack shit about being a trained fighter, which means what? It means his hands are nice. His hands are nice, but his footwork sucks. His stamina is horrible, and you know, all that good shit. He don't even know what footwork mean, right? Me, I'm a trained fighter. So it's like me on the first day of me training him, deciding to spar with him, right? I'm gonna spar with my brother who's never trained in boxing or Muay Thai. And I give him some shin guards and some gloves, have him wrap his hands up, have him put on a freaking headgear. And I just put my all behind it, right? We start the round and I just go in and pick him apart. Because I know he got good hands, but I know how to defend against them because I have good footwork and I have great hands. Right? My hands are nice. My footwork is nice. I know how to kick. I know how to set up for good kicks. I know how to set up for good punches. I know how to find angles. I know how to find those triangles in an opponent's opening. I know how to do all that. I know different combos. I know how to read my opponent in the first few minutes of the fight or whatever. But he don't know none of that shit. And so I'm just wailing on him, picking him apart. I'm supposed to be proud of that. I'm supposed to be like, yeah, I'm the man. What? Are you kidding me? I don't even spar with students, with people I train. I don't even spar with them until I know that they know some defense and have great footwork. If they don't have good, decent footwork in defense, I'm not going to spar with them. They're going to spar with each other. And I'm going to help them improve and improve on the kinks in their armor so that when they face a more trained, better opponent, they'll have a fighting chance. Now, you do want to spar with people that are on a higher level, but if they know that they're on a higher level and they whip your ass, they're not going to be like, yeah, I'm the man. No, they're going to be like, they're going to take that as a teaching moment to help you learn how to improve on your craft. Which, if Candace Owens was smart, now I have no problem with Candace Owens approaching Cardi B in any form of fashion. If Candace Owens was like, look, Cardi B, you're going to interview Joe Biden. This is what I suggest you ask. Let me help you. Let me coach you. Let me help you understand what's important. You know what I'm saying? Let's have a conversation. What's important to you? What's important to me? What's important to the people that follow you? Let's have this conversation before you go talk to Joe Biden. No, you don't wait until after she's done and then talk all kind of shit. That just shows you how weak you are. You're weak. You're weak. So that's how I feel about it. I know that was a long ass rant on Candace Owens. She just get on my nerves. Like, anyway, is anybody in the chat? Can you guys hear me? Give me a 5x5 or a 1 if you can. If I'm good on the live right now. I don't see nothing in the chat. All right, great. Nicolette Moore, how you doing? J Slick Twisted was good. Just had to make sure. That's what's up. So, I know you guys heard about the Compton shooting of those 2 sheriffs, right? Did y'all hear about that? 2 LA County sheriffs, Compton sheriffs, were ambushed in Compton yesterday. Shit's crazy, right? Well, those people that report on it, especially those on the right, they'll say it was a senseless killing, or not. They didn't die. I think they're still in critical condition. But they'll say, it's a senseless killing of our brave, senseless shooting of our brave men in uniform. But Are they going into the history of the Compton sheriffs? Are they doing that? Tim Pool touched on it briefly, but he didn't really go into depth about it. See, there are factions within the Compton Sheriff Department that literally operate as a street gang. They have killed gang members with impunity, like, without going through the proper channels legally. There are factions within the Compton Sheriff's Department that are street gangs. They deal with drugs, they deal with this, they deal with that. Some of these people are bad people. Now, were the two that were shot, were they involved in it? I don't know. I can't say as much. But I do know the Compton sheriffs, much like LAPD, right? Because there are factions within the LAPD that operate as a street crime syndicate. Same thing with Compton PD. Same thing with LAPD. All PDs, actually. These major PDs that deal with that deal with gang injunctions and all this other shit, they're involved in some bad shit. They've been doing so many things to get the right to beg for martial law. So I wonder if it's real. Well, martial law for them is not going to work until they can take our guns away. $350 million guns in this country. They know martial law won't really work too well if we have that many guns in this country. So, yeah, they have to do different things to make the people want this. So, but yeah, so Compton sheriffs, man, there's some not so great people in the Compton sheriff's office. Yeah. Bad man's dream job. Yep. Yep. So what y'all think? Y'all feel bad for those sheriff deputies from Compton? I need more information before I can feel bad for them. I don't condone the senseless shooting of anyone. I don't condone rolling up on someone's car and sending shots through a window into them. I think that's a bad move. That's bad for anybody. If they're not doing anything to you, you just run up on them and start shooting them. That's bad. I don't agree with that. However, if you're involved in the street life and you're part of a gang that has initiated violence on a rival gang, you have to understand that even if you participate in that, you are still a part of that gang, and retaliation may come in the form of you being wiped out. Cops aren't your friends, they're just doing their job. Wayne, J92, you're right. And what's their job? The job of the police officer is to enforce government policy. They're not your friends. They're not your folks. They're not your neighbors. They're not your family. They're there to keep order for the politicians, even though we pay their salary. And when you sign up to become a police officer,
Okay, sounds good. Well,
officer, and now you might become a target. You might be a target. You understand? Is it buffering? And F, Kevin Dugan, what does F mean? Understand, when you sign up to be a popo, you're liable to be targeted. That's why the whole argument of we put our life on the line every day, so we should be able to shoot whoever we want for whatever reason. I don't roll with that. I don't subscribe to that idiotic logic. That's not logical. That's ideological. I don't subscribe to that ideology. You signed up for it. You knew the dangers. So you don't get to murder people with impunity just because you signed up for this. I don't care. I don't care what you go through. No one forced you to put on that badge in that uniform at all. You did that. And then you went out and extort people for the state. You decided to do that. You decided to back the blue no matter what they do. That's on you, not on us. So don't try to guilt trip us into believing that we owe you something. We don't owe you shit. We already pay your salary. Point blank, period. Just telling you what's real. I didn't make you sign that dotted line. I didn't make you put on that shit. I don't have to make you feel better about being a cop. Hold on. Only thing I got to do is stay black and die. It's the only thing I got to do. I don't owe a cop nothing. No one owes the police anything. Understand that. No one. I'm surprised you haven't let a California friend, as bad as it is with the gun law taxation and how expensive it is. No, Wayne's J92. The only reason, I definitely don't want cops shot in the car, but I also don't want to see cops sitting in AMRAPs everywhere. Yeah, well, be prepared. What did Scar say? Hope your teeth and ambitions are bared. What's your teeth? It could be a roll 556. It could be a roll 762. Hope your teeth and ambitions are bared. That's all I'm gonna say about that. I'm surprised you haven't left California. Well, I gotta be real with you, Wayne J92. The only reason I'm still here is because my wife hasn't been ready to leave yet. My wife is what's keeping me here, because she still has hope in California, but she's losing that faith. And I told her yesterday, I said, we out of here. We're out of here. We're not staying. And she said, okay. I'm tired of concessioning, of giving her concessions. There's nothing that's going on here that would make somebody want to stay here that has a brain in their head. if you really think about it, there's no real value in being in California. Everything is so hyperinflated here. For what? Everything that's going on out here should be driving down property values. But for some reason, they stay high. I'm done. Yeah, you know, I could have so-called put my foot down years ago, and we could have made everybody leave. But that resentment wouldn't have been worth it. Because she would have followed. She would have left with me. You know. But there would have been some resentment for a time. Now, she's fully on board. So, even though she changed her mind every now and then. Oh, maybe we can do this. I still want to have a house in California. Oh, what if we rent it out? Like, for what, man? You want to buy right now? When the market's about to crash next year? And next year, the market crashes, and now it's worth $300,000. That's what you want to do? No. I don't want to do that. I'm good. I'm not doing that. Oh. Okay. There's a big difference in the Constitution you like the sheriff. Yeah, there is, but Kevin, the Compton sheriffs, they don't care about that. They don't care about that. There are factions within the Compton Sheriff's Department that are literal street gangs that operate as a street gang that take out their rivals like any other. So, you know, you can elect a different sheriff, you're still going to have the personnel within that department operating the way they operate. And this is what happens when you allow the police to do whatever the hell they want. It's not only Compton, it's not only NYPD. Hell, New Orleans PD, all these different PDs, sheriffs, the San Francisco Police Department, a lot of these bigger departments have factions that are criminal syndicates, that form criminal syndicates, and they do bad shit. They murder people, they sell drugs. A lot of police officers are pedophiles. I believe, I forgot exactly the number, but the type of person who commits the most domestic violence, namely beating their women, are police officers. I think it's 70%. 70% or something like that. Don't give me a line. I don't have the real number, but they have the most of any other group domestic violence cases. They commit the most domestic violence, and those are the ones that we know about. Police officers. This is what we're dealing with. So, yeah. Let's see, good, so glad. Yeah. So, anyway, hopefully something good comes out of this. Hopefully we find out. We need more information. We need information on these officers that were shot. We need to know why. We need to know what led up to it. What was the catalyst? We don't have any of that information right now. What were these two cops involved in? See, a lot of times, these people think you put on a badge and a gun, you then become invincible. You then become an all-powerful being that has been given special rights, special rights and special power over the people because they have qualified immunity. But sometimes that's a lot. That's not going to protect you all the time. Okay. All right. One more, y'all. One more. One more run, y'all. Hold on. Wait, what? You said I was just about to go back for good. I shouldn't? No. You talking about California? California dreaming? Should you come back here? Where you at now? Where you at? First, let me ask you where you are now. All my fam there. I want some land and self-formed community. You don't want to do that in Cali. They're burning people out of the rural areas. They're burning people off their land. They caught arsonists, right? They caught arsonists. Some people that started the fires, right? But people are being burned out of these rural areas. You don't want to do that here. You don't want to do that here. I don't suggest you come back here for anything. Have your family go somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? Do what they doing in Georgia. Get together with some families. And I'm not saying they do it necessarily in Georgia, but do what they're doing in Georgia, where these families bought 97 acres of land to build for themselves. You know, the land, the people that all these people are hating on and calling racist and exposing their racism just by having a problem with this. Oh, pull yourselves up by your bootstraps. Stop asking for government handouts. Do something on your own. Do something for yourself. And then when they do it, they get mad about it. They're full of shit. They're full of shit. And hopefully those 19 families in Georgia, they got some type of security plan to protect their land. But don't do that in Cali. I wouldn't suggest it. I suggest buy some land elsewhere. Get together with some people and just get some land and work some shit out. They're burning it out of the Australia as way, well, big time. We can learn from that. Yeah. They got it bad in, me too. I don't know about the gold in Georgia, but yeah, that would be nice. I don't know if there's a lot of gold in Georgia. But hold on. Just don't come to California with that. Because let's say you could buy some land out here and make it work. How are you going to protect it when the laws out here restrict you from your basic human rights? All because of the Mulford Act. They had a problem with the Black Panthers open carrying their rifles. So the NRA and Reagan and Mulford, they decided that no one should carry because they didn't want the Black Panthers to operate in that type of freedom. California is not the place, my love. It's just not. Just like how the news never really focuses on the children that get kidnapped every year because they're the ones doing it and using politics, media, etc., to keep on distracting people from the bigger picture. Word up. Well, that's the order of the day. That's how they operate. Oh, excuse me. That's how they get down. That's why I appreciate YouTube and the creators on YouTube that work so hard and diligently to mete out the truth. You know, to mete out all the real information for people to help people understand what's really going on. And it's really helping wake people up. But you know, of course, YouTube is trying to stifle those voices, stamp them out, including yours truly. The censorship is real. Is Cali still not allowing rainwater? I think certain parts of LA or California, they don't allow it. But I know there was a program they started back in 2015 or whatever year that was, where it was raining a lot, and they gave us these things to catch and store rainwater for free. But I know there are quite a few counties and cities where they don't allow you to catch rainwater, which is ridiculous. And they're saying, oh, well, it stops the water from getting to the natural tributaries and streams and rivers. It's complete bullshit. Complete bullshit. They just don't want you to be self-sufficient. You want land in the South? I would venture to say that would be a great idea. Oh, you're in Philly? California dreaming? It's really bad there? Yeah. All I can say, California dreaming, is talk to your family. Convince them to get the hell out of California. Oklahoma, you know, I heard some good things about Oklahoma. I've never been there myself. I think I drove through when I was going from Kansas to Texas. But I never actually, like, hung out there or lived there. But Oklahoma, they have constitutional carry. They have all their rights to keep and bear arms, essentially, all the way up to constitutional carry. And they have outlawed the enforcement of federal gun laws. So that's a good thing about Oklahoma. I don't know about the farming. I know it's in, I don't know if it's in Tornado Alley or not. I don't know about the flooding there, but I know a lot of the Midwest floods a lot. So there's a lot of research I would have to do on somewhere like, because I thought about Oklahoma. Oklahoma is looking pretty good. Hell, South Dakota's looking pretty good. But the problem is, in the winter, it gets really cold. You know? Really cold. The Dakotas, goodness gracious. The family takes up most of the population in California. That's funny, California dreaming. Well, then, all that means is all the more people to buy land with. The more family you got, the more land you can acquire. Hell yeah. You can buy acres of land for $1,000. You can buy, I think, in some places you can buy some land, an acre of land for $1,000 or some shit, crazy shit like that. All you gotta do is build on it, cultivate it, make it look like something. COVID is, Tecate-19 is a code word for neo-feudalism. Yeah. I don't have many friends as they are all asleep. Yeah. You know, It's just some people, oh shit, I stopped sweating. Some people don't want to be uncomfortable. That's the problem. It's not that they don't believe, it's that they want to believe. Because to believe will make them uncomfortable. To believe that they have to be self-sufficient, self-reliant, that they might have to grow their own food, live and cultivate on their own land, and be off the grid makes them feel very, very uncomfortable. They don't like it. They're comfortable with the state taking care of the problems. They're comfortable with a ruler dictating their lives. And that's the really sad part about it. This is my second time doing 6 laps. It's feeling pretty good. Except, I think I stopped sweating. Which is a sign of dehydration. I'm not sure if I'm sweating or not. Maybe I'm just sweating less than I was. So I need to stop and take a swig of electrolyte water. You need those electrolytes, people. Oh man, feels good. But yeah, people don't want to be uncomfortable. Well, I take that as a compliment. When people think I'm a nut and that they believe everything they're being told by the government, it makes me feel good about myself. It makes me feel like, you know, I understand what's going on. And, you know, but at the same time, I feel good. I feel better when I'm able to convince people that something is going on. And I've been able to do that more and more lately with family and friends that aren't on YouTube. So there's progress being made on my end. But are they still willing to be uncomfortable? That's a question you have to ask yourself. Because guess what? The existence of a Tecate-19 virus, hold on. The existence of a Tecate-19 virus, it's very uncomfortable. But we're comfortable shutting down our business, staying home. Good. Staying home and all that, and letting the government take care of us. They don't want to be uncomfortable by contracting Tecate-19, but they're comfortable with believing everything their government is telling them about it. Hold on. Chicago. No, not Chicago. Hold on. Whew. California dreaming. Are you asking if Chicago is a good place to go? I say no. Black Spring, Will Autumn, what's going on? Good morning. Hawaii is better than California just because there's so much great land out there that you can get. I know a guy, he's out there. He owns 5 properties and so, you know, I could easily go out there and roll with him. But like I said, I'm not too happy with their gun laws. And in order to get out there, I would have to declare some shit. I would have to declare shit because how I'm gonna get out there? I can't drive out there. I'd have to fly and have my shit shipped. So I don't know about Hawaii. Anywhere else in the country I want to go to, I can drive there. Well, if I want to go to Alaska, I'd have to go through Canada. So maybe not Alaska either. But you get what I'm saying. Hawaii's beautiful. The weather's great. It's just a paradise. But it's expensive import-export wise. Import-export wise is expensive. And I don't know. I don't know about the gun laws out there. I don't like them. The only place outside of mainland I think of is Jamaica. Oh, Jamaica, okay. Jamaica is freaking being screwed by China right now with the slave labor. Damn near slave labor out there. They're cutting people out. They're cutting the Jamaican people out of the land and the resources. And they're using Jamaicans as cheap labor to do whatever the hell they want out there. Goddamn Chinese, man. Not the Chinese people, the Chinese government. I ain't got no problem with the Chinese people. But I do have a problem with the Chinese government. Fuck them. They're not shit. Y'all think, listen, y'all think the US government is bad? China, you know, actually they might be worse. The US government might be worse than China because they're hiding everything. They're slick. They're slicker about what they're doing. But China, oh man. Barbados is where I'd love to be. I thought about Barbados. See, there's several things I had to look into, right? Like I said about Costa Rica. Costa Rica has no standing army. Costa Rica has no army. So that's useless to me. And I can't keep them bear arms out there. California Dreaming, I posted, don't move to area that's rich in natural resources because they will take that. Or you move there and you defend it. You don't let yourself be swindled out of it or forced off of it without a fight. This is the thing, people. Don't think that you can run from these problems just by leaving leaving a place that has obvious problems. Like California right now, with the fires and all that, and the imminent earthquake. Oh, and you know, the liberal policies here, the fascistic policies here. Don't think that just by leaving here and going somewhere else that you're giving up on a fight or that you're getting away from a fight. You have to be prepared to fight wherever you go, no matter where it is, period. So if I leave California and go live in an Amish community, don't think that I'm any safer. No, I'm just delaying the inevitable fight that has to come. Even if the fight doesn't come during my lifetime, my children or my children's children are gonna have to deal with that fight. So that's still my fight. So no matter where you go, be prepared to die fighting, period. And if you're not prepared to die fighting, then what are you doing? You know, you can go to the far reaches of Antarctica and you still got to be prepared to fight. You can go into the most hidden canopy in the Amazon and you still got to be prepared to fight. I'm not running Africa where the Chinese are taking over. I'm staying right here. I'm gonna fight my fight here if I have to. Fuck that. Okay. Woo. Man, I'm finished, y'all. Oh, Oh, y'all know I feel good. How good it feels to take that thing off. Look at this bitch. This is my big bitch. Done with that. So yeah, be prepared for a fight wherever you go. Don't think that you can just leave from one hot spot to a safe zone and think that it's gonna stay safe forever. So be prepared to fight wherever you go. Don't think that moving to another country is gonna save you or take you out of their reach. It's not. Because I thought about moving to Thailand because I really want to get immersed in Muay Thai. The best place to learn Muay Thai is in Thailand. And I said, if I do move to Thailand, it's not going to be because I'm running from the problems in the United States. It's because I want to hone my body to the ultimate fighting machine. I can move to Muay Thai, move to Thailand, get immersed in the Muay Thai way of life, improve on my skill, hone myself, hone my entire family. My whole family would be Muay Thai masters. You know, just to add a weapon to my arsenal. I know Muay Thai now. I practice Muay Thai now. But, I mean, especially with everything being closed down, with the social distancing crap and all this other shit and people being in fear, I don't have any sparring partners right now. I don't have anyone to spar with. You understand? Because the people that I'm training right now, they don't know shit about Muay Thai. They're just learning. So, but if I go somewhere like Muay Thai, why I keep calling it Muay Thai? If I go somewhere like Thailand, where they're not so strict, where people are still going to gyms and still sparring, you know, I can hone my craft. I like growing food, riding horses, camping, fishing. Oh yeah? So you pretty good at doing all that stuff? You pretty good at growing food and camping and fishing? Alicia Trigg, what's up? Trigg, peace. Oh, that's good. You good at that stuff? You like bow staff and nunchucks? That's what's up. I haven't trained in any of those weapons, but I do know how to use a knife and a machete. Haven't trained with the bow staff or nunchucks. Yeah, that's good. Adhering. Philadelphia is just as bad as Chicago, if not worse than Chicago. Oh, got it, California dreaming. Yeah, civilized, yeah. Black Scout Survival is great info. You will digs. I'll check it out. Black Scout Survival. Vanessa Poindexter, how you doing? What do you think about Roger Stone telling Trump to declare martial law if he loses the election? I mean, it's typical words of a politician. Typical words of people who crave for power and endless amount of power. They want endless amount of power, endless amount of influence. And they don't have a problem using force to obtain that at all. Amen. Uh-huh. Whew. Election day. Snap Turtle. Do I have time to come into your community live stream at about 9 a.m., 9 p.m.? Where's your community, Dugan? Wait, you said, do I have time to come into your community's live stream at 9 p.m.? What's that community? So what they'll do anything for power, man. And they're just being more, they're becoming more and more blatant and out in the open about it because they know people, you know, they know people can be weak. They don't have any faith in the human spirit and diligence and human resilience. They underestimate it. So they think that, okay, well, we can't hide what we're doing anymore. We're going to start being a little bit more open about it. You know, that's why you have these people sit up here talking about paying people $1,000 to take the vaccine. Well, why can't we just force them to take it? Why can't we force them? They can't force us because there are $350 million firearms in this country. 350 million people, 350 million firearms. That's why they can't just force us right now. No, they have a lot more work to do. The only thing stopping them from going for a war with the tyranny like they're doing in Australia and New Zealand is the fact that we have so many weapons and so many people willing to use them. And Callie, position yourself the best you can. Remain unattached to fluff. Davey Crocco, Kevin, do what's up? Yeah, Kevin. Yeah, I check out Davey Crocco's stuff every now and then. Warrior Lord was good. Vanessa Poindexter says, Allie, all is well. I love your energy and spirit. Thank you, Queen. You know, that's what I try to roll with, man. Energy and spirit. I was in a Chinese Quick Mart with no mask and a huge soldier walked in, looked at me, took a step back. The Most High will protect his own. 1,000 is a low number and everybody with any sense would never go for it. I'm armed and will do what I must to protect me and mine. That's what's up, Alicia. Well, you're not armed with guns because you remember you lost all your guns in a boating accident. Remember? Just like me. I lost all my guns in a boating accident in Nevada. They're at the bottom of a river. So all my weapons are down in the bottom of a river. Don't worry. I have nothing. I got a little knife. That's all I got, y'all. All my shit lost in a boating accident. Poor me. I completely agree with that. All I'm trying to do is maybe delay or lessen the impact. Oh, yeah. No, and that's okay. You're just giving yourself more time to prepare. Why do you think I'm leaving California? To give myself more time to prepare. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not knocking you I'm just saying, don't think you're getting away from the fight if you leave one place to another. Just know that you're going to better prepare yourself based on what the climate is and the climate of wherever you're moving to. So anyway, y'all, I'm going to shut this live down. It's been great talking with you guys. I'm going to do a couple of drills here. I don't know if I'm going to stick around. This is really one of my recovery days, essentially. You know. Yeah, you can. Yeah, so that's one thing you can do. Keep inspiring with the get your game up. Oh yeah, for sure. Black Spring with Autumn. I'm glad you guys came through. Y'all check out Black Spring with Autumn. She's a channel holder. She's a creator. She gives a lot of good information on her channel. She's like she a lot of newsworthy information. You know, she puts a lot of good information out there and analyzes the current news, and you know, she'll allow you to jump onto her lives and discuss things with her. And once I get my shit going, once I get my computer shit going, I will be taking phone calls via Skype. So I will be taking Skype calls so that we can have real discussions, so that people can call in and we can have discussions. Exactly. Black Spring. Stop the vaccine. Stop the crack scenes. Say no to the crack scene. Say hell no. And that's another thing too, y'all. That's another thing. Hold on. You let your kids go back to school. Just so y'all know. You let y'all kids go back to school. Just know that the CDC wants you guys to prepare for your children to have to spend the night or multiple nights at your school if something go down. Just be prepared for that possibility, y'all. My kids will never step foot on a school campus. Nope. The only school campus they're gonna step foot onto is the school campus of the farm. If it ain't about farming, if it ain't about building, if it ain't about whatever, something youthful, my kids will never be in the school campus ever in life. They have never been on the school campus. They'll never be in the school campus. Ever. Well, you know, they're talking about Kevin Dugan. What they're referring to is, the outbreak. If there's some type of Tecate-19 outbreak at a school, then boom, your kids might have to spend the night. They're using HBCUs for phase 3 trials. Yeah, they're calling for Black and Native American people to take the crack scene. And what did Bill and Melinda Gates say? See, y'all go back and look at my video that I did on Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. They want, I forgot what the video is called. I think it's called Bill and Melinda Gates wants Black and Native Americans to get vaccinated first. So that's what they're doing now. Now they're doing trials for Black and Native American people. They want Blacks and Natives to participate in vaccine and crack scene trials for the Tecate-19. You understand? A genocide, point blank and period. There's no other way to say it. Black Spring with Autumn is on point. There's no other way to call it. There's no other way to call it. You see, they want to tell us that the birth rates of Black people are lower than the death rates of or abortions, right? But apparently it's not happening fast enough. The abortions aren't killing us all fast enough, so they have to get us to take these crack scene trials and all this other shit. Look, go check out that Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. What Melinda Gates said about why Black and Native Americans need to be vaccinated first. Oh no, people with underlying conditions first, then Black and Native Americans. They're the Margaret Sanger of our time. They said the crack scene work unless what? They said the crack scene won't work unless the Black participate. Wow. Why else though? They didn't kill enough people over in Africa? Nope. They didn't sterilize enough women in Africa either. Go to the Tuskegee Project, exactly. Eugenicist targets, exactly. Snap turtle. When the FBI messages me, they just tell me to be good. What? They emailed you. They messaged you. What? You get messages from the FBI, Kevin Dugan? Yeah, how is that? How will it not work unless Black people participate? See, these people, they think we're stupid, y'all. They think we're stupid. They think we're stupid. I'll tell you what, Bill and Melinda Gates. And there's also video where I'm talking about how, where Mark Zuckerberg with his wife is talking about how they're linking up with Bill Gates for it to fight Tecate-19. And I don't know what's scarier. I don't know anything scarier than that. Okay, that prospect scares the hell out of me. Not literally, because I don't fear anything. But I mean, come on. You sure it was from the FBI? Huge mind control engine. Some get placebos. Some get a meth shot. Yeah. You don't know what they're putting into you. And I don't know if you heard of AstraZeneca. AstraZeneca is the one crack scene company that had to stop their trials because one guy got really sick. He said that he was feeling super cold. He was freezing cold and had all these pains. So they had to stop the trials. But they started them back up. AstraZeneca started the trials back up. There are hundreds of companies out there that are trying to put the vaccine out first. That's the illusion they're giving you. The Native Americans and black people are the same. They lied and said they were killed off. Most black people ancestors were already here. Oh yeah, that's facts. It's sliding to include the next 10 years. Yo, Black Spring with Autumn. I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that in light of what you just said, in light of the development of the crack scene and the HBCUs. And who made sure that those HBCUs got funded? Who made sure that those HBCUs got funded? Black Spring, lab rats, exactly. Some say Tecate is just fluoride poisoning. Well, we have to understand what sickness is with bipartisan support, exactly. So what you see? The things that are most important is bipartisan. Get bipartisan support. The things that give them more leverage over the people get bipartisan support. Except for gun control. They had to be careful with that. Because if they started doing bipartisan gun control shit, then they know they got problems. So that's the only thing they kind of like pull back on a little bit. But they will support red flag laws. Your boy Trump supports red flag laws. The funding includes sciences, etc. Yeah, of course. It's some about our DNA. They want to stop because they know something about to happen with it. So young Pharaoh predicted they would begin crack scenes to stop it years ago. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That my book that I wrote has a lot. It touches on that type of thing a lot. The story overall is similar to what's going on right now. So the book that's out that I wrote right now is happening during an apocalypse, but the prequels that I plan on writing, and that I actually wrote the prequel, but I had to revamp it. So I scrapped it, and then I started in the middle. So I'm gonna start in the middle and then go back, and that's where you'll see a lot of ideas that I had in my mind, and you'll see some of those ideas in the book. A lot of those that led up to that point, you'll see that it's been touched on in the book. But a lot of ideas that I had for the prequel novels are similar to what's going on right now, and it's fucking uncanny. We have to dominant gene, and white people have recessive. Well, yeah, that's just a fact. That's just a fact. That's just a fact. Like my green eyes, it's recessive. It's recessive. That's just a fact. You know, people might get offended by that, but that's just a fact. My eyes is recessive. The green eyes, and that's part of the reason I have. I'm nearsighted. I don't have horrible eyesight. I'm nearsighted though. What do they need our DNA for when they already have it? Well, I know they have my DNA. They have mine. They got my DNA in the Army. And they do get your children's DNA. So when your children are born, they get a full blood panel of your children to see if they have certain conditions, certain congenital conditions like Down syndrome and all these other things. So they have your children's blood when they're born. My children too. Just so y'all know, my children's DNA is in the system, unfortunately. But that's a paper tiger. Them having your DNA on file, it's a paper tiger. You know, I'm not, unless they come up with some type of technology where they can shut down your children's or your heart because they have your DNA, which it might be something they could be working on. You don't know. You never know. You never know with the frequencies. See that cell tower behind me? No reason that I should have been buffering up here. There's a cell tower there. There's a cell tower over there. Right here at the top. Why was I buffering? DNA splicing is fallen angel knowledge. Yeah, exactly. It's a DNA that hasn't been unlocked yet that they're trying to stop. You got booted. Snap, you snap. You know, Green Eyes is a game. Nixa. Oh, you funny. No, I did. I've gotten a lot of compliments on my eyes. Oh, can I have your eyes? Oh, do you want my nearsightedness too? You want that? That goes right along with it. Now, my mother has green eyes, but she's farsighted. People can produce dominant and recessive gene. We are the creator of all race. Out of the dark womb comes different nations. The rest are mixed with other groups. Yeah, exactly. And that's why I don't understand all this hate and division. I'm still going to do that. The series of I don't know what I'm gonna call it. Appreciate the cultures or whatever I call it. I'm going to highlight all the differences, not all of them, but some differences in our cultures that are beautiful and should be celebrated. Some different customs and cultures of different people in different regions. You know, let's highlight our differences. Let's stop hating on our differences and start highlighting them and see what we can learn from it. The Europeans invented hate and division from slavery times. I don't know about that, but they damn sure perpetuated it. LOL, my sister has your eyes, same mom and dad. Oh, that's what's up. Link Hellifield says there's people on this earth that are not human. Yeah, I believe that. I don't have proof of it, but I believe it. Morning Snap and old head Deuce. What's up, Ann411? Elisa Trigg says, makes me wonder what they are trying to create, like maybe a superhuman out of our melanin. They stay out of the Frankenstein mess forever. Y'all really need to get my book. Real shit. Sup, and did you see the guy start the fire on Facebook? They have a screen share hack on me and what I type. Word? Kevin Duncan, do you think you're a TI? Y'all know what a TI is? A targeted individual? Yeah, the book is called The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. I'm going to start promoting it on YouTube. Fuck it. Why not? You'll spend money on it, but you'll spend money to get something for it. Like it's a damn good book, y'all. It's a good story. It's funny. There's some drama in there. It'll make you cry. It'll make you laugh. It's good. It'll give you some good information. The main protagonist is a survivalist, and so he'll share some good information on what you need to do during a shit hit the fan scenario. It's a lot of good shit in there. Wow, I need to check that out. That's what my story is literally about. I'm making my own stories too, and going to make it into a cartoon soon. I love writing stories. Yeah, I love to write. Writing is my shit. I also want to do graphic novels based on my stories. Graphic novels, maybe even if I were able to get enough funding from independent people, I would do it. Oh, thank you, Black Spring with Autumn. Thank you for sharing my my live stream. Black Spring with Autumn is the shit. Y'all go check her out, man. Y'all go check her out. A lot of great information. I know some of you guys are already hip to her, but if you guys don't know Black Spring, somebody put Black Spring with Autumn's. Black Spring, you can share your channel link in the description, in the chat, and my mods. Y'all can do it too. If anybody else has a channel, anybody else have a channel? Is anybody else in the chat a creator? They're censoring you. Are you talking about what they call that? Shadow banning you? What are they doing? Because I know they suppress my numbers. People keep having to they're suppressing numbers when people keep having to resubscribe. Oh yeah, it's great. And 411. My book has been ready for purchase since 2017. It's been published since then. So it's on Amazon right now. So yeah, my book has been out for 3 years. Damn, that's crazy. No. 2 years. 2 years. I put it out in 2018, actually. That's when I published it. 2 years. Yeah, I got 1, 2. So the algorithms, yeah, of course. So look, this is the thing with the algorithms, y'all. They pick up certain words, even in the chat. I hear that if you write numbers in the chat, they don't like that. So, I had people, I was in somebody's chat room, they told me not to write out the numbers as opposed to just put the number down. Oh, don't put the number down, write out the number. So, little shit like that. Or you can't use the S word, subscribers, they don't like that. So there's certain things that you'll say or that'll be written in the chat that'll get you flagged. They wouldn't let me title a video the 10 Commandments. By hearing by, you have a channel on YouTube? J Slick Twisted, you got a channel? Yeah, you guys, go ahead and share you guys' channel information. I didn't even know that some of you guys had channels. Mr. Nelson 89, the name of the book is called The Seeds of Dark Matter. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease, author M.E. Magnum. Can somebody write that in the chat for me? The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease, written by author M.E. Magnum. That's my pen name. They send me into a black hole during lives. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I don't even get notifications for your lives, Black Spring. The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease. Black Spring to make your titles. Hooks. Yeah. Like I have, there's certain words I can't say anymore because the last time I used the real term for COVID, for Tecate 19, they flagged my channel and they took my live down, but they didn't give me a strike. I probably won't get strikes and start getting strikes until I get monetized. I'm not monetized right now, so it's not really a big deal for them to strike me. But they still don't want me putting that information out there. Yes. Yeah, they don't like you putting out certain information, so they'll damn sure flag you. If you pay for the YouTube service, notifications are better. Yeah, I mean, it's supposed to be premium, right? You pay for premium content. You as a creator, if you're a premium YouTube member, then you as a creator should have, they should give you some leeway. They should. I don't understand the censorship. Well, I do understand why they censor you. They censor you so that you can't get the information out to the people because information is power, and they want to make you look like quacks. See, if they want people to believe that you're a conspiracy theorist, right? That you're crazy, you're a nutbasket. Why not allow people to see how crazy you are? If I'm crazy, why are you stifling the information I'm giving out? Let people make informed decisions. Why, why hide people's, why censor people? You want people to see what whacks are out there, right? If we're so crazy, we're conspiracy theorists, then just let us expose ourselves as conspiracy theorists. Why hide our shit? Where were you when I was your age? Pissing me off. Well, snap, you won't be targeted until you gain power. Exactly. But they did take my live down though. That's about as far as they'll go right now. Won't even let me share my channel link. That's funny. Oh, you know what? Because you're not a. I gotta mod you up first. Yeah, I'll mod you up. I don't care. There you go. So now Jay Slick Twisted, you can share your channel link now. BitChute, a lot of people are uploaded their videos on that website. But BitChute is censoring now too. Did you know that? BitChute has censored quite a few people. I think they're based out of Australia, and Australia has a different set of laws. So, yeah, BitChute is censoring people. DLive is censoring people. It's really, I don't know if there's anywhere that practices true censorship-free content anymore. What? That's funny. Oh, thank you, Black Spring with Autumn, for sharing my link to my book. You got the juice. Oh, thank you, Black Spring with Autumn. Where was I when I was you were my age? I don't know, man. Yes, I'm a little nobody and that gets censored. Yeah. I'm not even content creator. Yeah, you got, okay, computer censorship is an issue. By my understanding, I consider you complete. Thanks, man. Yeah, see, Jay Slick Twisted's channel's up there. You guys go check him out. If anyone enjoys soft-spoken Bible readings, holy shit, why is my screen darkening? How much battery I got left? My screen's darkening for some reason. Okay, hear by hearing and hearing by. Can somebody... Thanks, N411. N411 just bought my book. If anyone enjoys soft-spoken Bible readings, that's a lot of my content. Also have public playlist with info. All right, I'll mod you up so you can share your channel link. You're here quite a bit. Yeah, I'm purchasing. Thank you, man. Thank you, Ann411. How come I don't have? I do have Cash App, California Dreaming. I have a Cash App. I just, you know, I'm not ready. I'm not ready to take donations yet. I'm not ready to take donations because right now I'm just doing rants, right? I'm just ranting a lot right now. Most of my content is rants. And I want to be able to bring you, but guys, I mean, I bring real information, but I want to be able to follow it up with sources immediately. I want to be able to show you guys stuff. And I got to dive deeper into research. I don't feel like I deserve donations right now. I need to put a little more work. So like I said, when I get my computer up and running and I start bringing even more real content with real receipts, I might throw my Cash App up there in my PayPal. But right now, I don't want to ask for a donation from you guys. The like button is lonely. That's funny. Thank you, California Dreaming. I can still rock all that, but if I gotta do that, my attitude is terrible. You know, that's why I like talking to you guys while I do it. It helps, you know, talking and doing it helps with my lung capacity and my cardiovascular health. And, you know, it makes it fun. It makes it go by faster, talking to you guys. Yeah, I think I'm done here. I think I'm done. I'm going to call it a day in terms of exercising. I did a nice, good 2 hours of rucking. I did 6 laps with 50 pounds of extra weight. Now I'm going to go home. I'm going to go to the farmer's market, go home and do some yoga. I got to get my yoga in today. I'm always enjoying that. You didn't? Yeah, I'm kicking knowledge, but you know, I want to step up my production more. because there are content creators out there that put in a lot of work, and they spend good money on the things that on the technology they need to get the information out to you guys. They can use that money more than me right now. I still have a job. There's people out there that I still have a job. I still have a career. That I can't wait to give it up. Right. I want this to be full time for me. I want this to be full time for me, but it's going to be in conjunction with my definition of fit program. So my definition of fit program, I'm going to be doing that full time, as well as my journalism. I want to step up my journalistic game. So now there are creators out there right now that this is what they do full time, and they are being shadow banned, they're being demonetized, and they can use that money more than I can. So I'd rather you guys go out and support your favorite YouTube content creator that's actually doing this full time and busting their ass. So people don't understand how much ass these people are busting to get the information out to us and to actually show us receipts and show sources for their information. So, those people like Black Spring with Autumn, she works. I'm not sure if she does the research full time, but she's out there busting her ass to put out her content. And what's her name? Queen's Throne. Queen's Throne. She has a job too. She works full time, but she also puts a lot of work into the research she does for the work she does with the children. She puts in a lot of hours, giving you guys great content. I mean, I feel like I give you guys good content too, but I'm not going to start monetizing myself until I actually step my game up. I gotta step my game up, y'all, before I start taking y'all money. You understand? Let me see what y'all got here. Let me go to the chat. You didn't have to ask for anything. What if people just want to automatically donate? I mean, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so if people want to donate to me, I say go donate to other content creators who are actually working, I mean, because if I wasn't on YouTube right now, I would still be rucking. So having you guys out here, I'm kicking my own ass, rucking. But to me, it's a reward to be able to come out here and be able to put in this work, getting my ruck on. And I'm just, you guys are here, and while I can't do that, I'm enjoying the work that I'm doing the rucking and all that stuff. That's a reward for me, being able to come out here and do this, not being afraid to go outside, even though they tell you COVID-19 is hiding around every corner and all that other shit. This is something I enjoy. Hold on, y'all. Oh, fuck. So I hate when it connects to the phone, the speaker of the car. Hold on. Phone call in progress. I might have to shut this live down for a minute so I can take it off this phone speaker because it makes my audio sound horrible. So let me back out of here for a second. So yeah, am I live, y'all? Oh, I want to show y'all something. So we got all this ash, right? We got all this ash in the sky. But look at my window. Where's the ash? Why isn't there any ash on my window? I've been out here for, what, over 2 hours? I've been out here over 4 hours. No, almost 3 hours I've been out here. And no ash. Where's the ash at? Why isn't there ash covering my window? Just some dust, you know. Just some dust where I need to wash my damn truck. But where's the ash? It's just sitting in the air? Is that natural, y'all? I got some expensive socks. That's funny. What do you say to people who just woke up today? Well, I would say take baby steps. Get all the information you can. See, when I'm gonna let you guys look out my windshield for a little bit. When I first started getting so-called woke, I was eager for more and more information. So once you start getting woke, you can't get lazy and just think that all the information is going to come to you. You got to go get as much information as you can from as many different sources as you can, so that you can better decide what you feel is the truth. Because your truth may not be someone else's truth. Someone else's truth might be more limited than yours because you have more information than they do. And truth is not always fact. So that's one thing you really want to look for. You want to look for the facts. You want to gather enough facts to form a truth. The truth is the conclusion you draw from a series of facts that you have gathered, right? So, yeah, right now I'm driving down this hill. Driving down this hill from after being done with my little rucking. And as you can see, ash is just sitting there. The ash is just sitting there. Is it? But it's not falling like that. And that's why I'm very confused. Somebody said, oh, well, it's because there's so many fires and there's a lot of ash. Okay. There's so many fires that's creating a lot of ash. That doesn't explain why the ash is just sitting there. Even if all the fires are creating so much ash, the ash would be falling, right? Would the ash not be falling to the ground, to the surface of the earth, even if there's a lot of fires? You still have the ash. If you look at these cars here, none of them are covered in ash. None of them are covered in ash. When I told you guys a few years ago, when we had really bad fires going on, there was ash all over the place. On the ground, it covered the cars. It was coming down like snow. You park your cars for 5 minutes, it's covered in ash. This is not happening. It's not happening at all. There's no ash covering anything. So something's going on to make the ash sit in the air for this length of time. I'm sure it's worse in Fresno. I know. Be awake and very alert. Do research and absorb all knowledge you can. Great points, Warrior Lord. It's not ash, it's a cover. The sky is changing because the galactic event is taking place. Earth is transitioning. That might be, that might very well be true. That might very well be true. But I don't know. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me during this live. Once I get my my computer system going and all that. Maybe I'll start throwing my cash up in there, you know, once I start presenting, doing better presentations and whatnot. But right now, if you want to help your boy out, you guys can go purchase a copy of The Seeds of Dark Matter Disease on Amazon and enjoy the read, you know, and let me know what y'all think. Anyway, much love to you guys. Peace out. Like, share, subscribe, and hit that like button on the way out. And have a great rest of your Sunday. Peace.